Hey, buddy. Olaf. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Hey, buddy. What you doing? What you doing, Olaf? Yeah, I bet that thunder scared you good, huh? Yeah, don't you just hate rain and thunder? Alright. What's up, everyone? Eric MK1384 here. You probably know me from Twitch live stream. I was the one that was doing all the I was the Gears of War and all that. But anyway, time for another Throwback Thursday story, and tonight I'm going to be talking about some of the jobs I've had in the past, and I mean, they weren't the greatest jobs, but you know, they were something. So anyway, the first job I had when I was 18 years old, um, I worked at a I worked at some kind of factory where, well, it was more like a warehouse really, but they used to make like pet products or something. I won't be giving any names of some of the places I've worked at, for privacy reasons. But but yeah, that was the first job I've had, and I can't remember what all I did up there, but we were just making products. Well, that job didn't really last too long because I've only lasted for maybe a week, and then but then they had to let me go because apparently I was slow on work, and you know so you know what, whatever. Well, the next job I had, this was probably about 7 or 8 months later. I started working at a car wash, and it was more like an auto detailing place where they vacuum out your car, they wash your car, and then there's also a shop right next to it where they do oil changes and all that stuff. It's really cool. Well, I've lasted for about a month at that job until I was let go, and then well, a year later, I started working at a restaurant that they had at the Air Force Base right up the road. And I would come in from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. It was part-time, and they would have me bus tables, take out the trash, vacuum out the floors, and so on. And then later on, they would have me mop up the kitchen and stuff like that. Well, I've only lasted at that job for about 2 months because I started around April of 2005 until June of 2005. So, yeah, that it. And of course, I was 20 at the time, so that job didn't last too long. Well, fast forward to fast forward to about a year later. I went to this job training place. The same place that I went to when I was 17, and where I met my first girlfriend and all. And if you haven't heard about the story of if you haven't heard about my last Throwback Thursday story, I'll leave a link in the description below. So, yeah. Well, when I went back to that place, I ended up finishing this time, and of course I did meet a girl when I was up there, but that relationship didn't last too long, so I'll save that one for another story. But so I was there for about 9 months, and then I graduated from that school, and then after. And then when I came back into town to move back in with my parents, I started working at I started working at a retail store for a while, and well, that didn't last long either because they claimed that I didn't work hard enough, even though I had little to no training, because I've never worked in retail in my life until now. So, well, 2 years later, which was, I think it was, I think it was 2009 or something, and I worked as a janitor at the Air Force Base up the road, and we were working there through a contract, and our and we were basically assigned to clean some of the buildings they had at the base. Well, let's see. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause for a minute because my wife just came in the room informing me that my niece is engaged. So yeah. So congrats to her. And but anyway, where was I? So I started the custodial job back in, well, the janitorial job back in 2009, and I had a pretty good supervisor who was she was kind of mean at first, but then she kind of lightened up a little, and then over the past couple months while I was working there, she used to compliment on how well I was doing a good job and all that. And well, she wasn't my supervisor for very long because right around January of 2010, she had to go out for back surgery, and then this other lady took over who later became my permanent supervisor. She was, oh my god, she was kind of a pain in the ass to work for, but now I thought this was going to be temporary because when she came back from back surgery around, it was either March or April of 2010, only to inform me that she will no longer be working with the company because of her medical issue. And this other lady became my permanent supervisor, and she pretty much made everyone's life hell, for that matter. She was a nightmare to work for, and she would constantly write me up over bullshit stuff, basically, and so sorry about that. My wife just came in the room for a little something. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, she was kind of a nightmare to work for, and she did lighten up a little, so anyway, long story short, I was only there for about 8 years, and then I ended up quitting that job because I found something better. It was a warehouse job. I've only worked there for about a year, and right now I'm currently working at a chicken plant, and I've been there for about I want to say 5 years. Well, it'll be 6 years in August. Yeah, it'll be 6 years next month. It'll be my 6th year, working at the chicken plant. So I'm still currently working there, and I also do part-time work for the food delivery app called Grubhub. I do deliveries on the side to make a little extra money. And my wife works at a retail store, which I won't name, so sorry, my wife just came in the room to kiss me goodnight or something. Something she does. Okay, so anyway, where was I? But yeah, I'm probably gonna be working at the chicken plant for about 5 months, probably for another 5 months, and then starting January of 2025, I'll probably look for another job. The plant's been basically cutting my hours, and I've been coming home with, you know, measly paychecks that are barely enough to cover the bills. That's why I work 2 jobs, so. But yeah. Yeah. But the reason why I'm gonna wait is because sometime around Christmas, my wife and I, we're gonna visit. We're gonna be heading down to Florida to visit family, and so that's why I'm gonna wait and try and wait it out and all. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because my phone battery is running low, and I don't have an actual camera to record. So, but until then, y'all have a safe night. And again, that's my Throwback Thursday story for you guys. And I'll be live streaming Saturday and Sunday for Gears of War 2. So be sure to join me on Twitch. I'll leave a link in the description below. But anyway, y'all have a good night and peace out.